there. Welcome to the Movie Review Mom YouTube channel. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me while I give you my scoop on Mother's Instinct. This is a dramatic mystery thriller that's now playing in select theaters, as well as available to rent or purchase on Apple TV, Google Play Movies, Amazon Prime, and Vudu. The film is rated R. It's an hour and 34 minutes long, and my overall movie review mom grade is a B. Now, my goal is to save you time and money by giving you the scoop on the content and the quality of filmmaking so that you can decide whether or not you want to spend time or money watching a particular film. So I'm going to give you an overview in a nutshell. I'll point out things I really liked, things I didn't like, tips for parents, themes worth talking about, funny lines, interesting lines, and recommendations for other films that are sort of similar that you might also really like if you like this one, or vice versa. If you like the ones that I suggest, then you might like this one too. All right, let's get started. So in a nutshell, the story is about Alice and Celine, two neighbors and best friends who live a traditional lifestyle with successful husbands and sons of the same age. Life's perfect harmony is suddenly shattered after a tragic accident. Guilt, suspicion, and paranoia combine to unravel their sisterly bond. The film was directed by Benoit Delhomme. Already, the film has won the Screenwriters to Watch Award at the Mill Valley Film Festival. So congratulations to Sarah Conrad Kroller. The film was actually based on a novel by Barbara Abel, or Abel. I'm not sure how to pronounce her name. So let me give you some quick tips for parents. A child dies, and we see him in an open casket in a funeral. Lots of alcohol and cigarettes. We see blood. We see some violence. We see acts of murder. Now, even though children are in the movie, this is not really a family-friendly movie for those reasons, obviously. Some of the themes that are illustrated well are death and mourning, love and loss, friendship, support, parenting, emotional resilience, revenge, resentment, paranoia, and betrayal. Dun, dun, dun. So there were a lot of things I actually really liked about this film. First of all, it was such a treat to watch these two powerhouse actresses work together. I've been a huge fan of both Academy Award winners, Jessica Chastain and Anne Hathaway, for many years. They do a fantastic job as expected, and they both give a masterclass in how to portray panic and paranoia. This is actually their third movie together, but they were never in any scenes together in the movies Interstellar and Armageddon Time. Isn't that interesting? So I'm sure they were thrilled to be able to work together as well. By the way, the two leading actresses both look gorgeous in every scene. The costume design for them by Mitchell Travers is just stupendous, extraordinaire. The hair and the makeup team also deserve kudos. Their husbands are played well by Josh Charles and Anders Danielsen Lai, but Eamon Patrick O'Connell gives a very strong performance, especially for such a young actor in a dramatic role. There's a Hitchcock vibe that adds to the intrigue. The music by Anne Nicotin even has that same creepy feeling throughout the entire film. The story is heartbreaking and illustrates a mother's nightmare, every mother's nightmare. The movie poster gives you just enough to pull you in, especially because it lets you know it stars two incredible actresses. Now, with all of that praise, there were only a couple of things I could think of that I didn't like. First of all, the movie is a bit slow moving. Some people may just tire of that, waiting for something to happen. There are already a couple of movies that are entitled The Mother's Instinct. Now, the apostrophe goes somewhere different. Mother's, plural, instinct. But anyway, I mean, that was it. Those were the only two things I could think of that I didn't like. I really did enjoy this movie. Now, it's not getting great reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, surprisingly, but I'm really focusing on the strong performances and, I suppose, as a mother, how this movie hit me and hit my heart. I always take notes when I watch films, and partly it's to write down funny lines and interesting lines so that you can get a taste and feel for the dialogue and the script writing quality. But when I looked back on my notes, I hadn't written down any funny lines. This is a serious drama, but I did write down one interesting line, and that is spoken by Alice's husband, who's played by Anders Danielson Lai, and he says, "Everyone deals with tragedy in their own way." Now, that's not like the super profound line, but it definitely speaks to what's happening in this film and watching how people react to these various tragedies, which I just found really interesting. All right, so let me give you recommendations for 3 films that I instantly thought of while I was watching this one. The first one is The Stepford Wives. I thought of The Stepford Wives because it really features the perfect wife and mother in the 1950s, the beautiful costumes and the naive maybe characters of that time period. Anyway, check that one out. I really like the remake because it's got a lot of comedy and sarcasm and satire in it. Another movie is called Eileen. It also stars Anne Hathaway. And in fact, I'll cue that one up. I think I reviewed it maybe 2 months ago. It stars Anne Hathaway and then another fantastic young actress. I want my review to be spoiler free, but this isn't going to be everyone's cup of tea. There's some creepy stuff that ends up with some borderline horror type of stuff in this movie, but it also features that time period, maybe the 50s, early 60s, and fantastic performances. And then the last one is called Memory, and that one stars Jessica Chastain. I just did a movie review of that one about a month or so ago. She's fantastic, of course, in that one, and plays a very different character. In this movie, she's just looks gorgeous, and in the movie Memory, she looks almost like a plain Jane, if she could ever look that plain. But there's no makeup, and she's struggling with several things, mental health issues, and that kind of stuff. Really well done movie. Anyway, to see all of those, click down in my description. I've got links to those that will either take you to my reviews directly or over to Amazon where you can rent or purchase those videos. It doesn't cost you a cent more, but when you do click on, Amazon rewards me, and I appreciate the financial support. So have a fantastic day, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.